Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for joining me. Now today I'm so happy to be part of the Spellbinders blog hop featuring the Glimmer hot foil system. This is an amazing system and I did an unboxing. I'll link it up above in case you are interested and want to check that out. But to celebrate the Glimmer system, Spellbinders is having a giveaway, $50. Details are over on my blog if you want to check that out. So for today's project, I'm going to be using 2 Glimmer plates. The first one here is pretty neat because it has coordinating dies with it. We're going to open the package and take a look. This has 3 beautiful flowers, and then it has the dies that will cut out each one of those flowers, and then it has a flower center. You have the die that will cut that out, and then 2 leaf flourishes. For my sentiment, I'm going to be using this Glimmer plate. This is called Be Awesome Today. I think this is going to make a great encouraging card. So both of these we're going to make a project with. So I already plugged in my Glimmer hot foil system. You plug it in and there's a power button right behind it. You turn it on and your light will indicate that your system is plugged in. There's a light right below it and you want to wait for that light to turn on. That way you know your platform base is ready. Mine just turned on, so we're going to jump in. I grab my sentiment and 2 flowers. You want to place them on your platform base, face up, and next you want to trim down your foil. The Glimmer system does come with 2 foils. You get a rose gold and a silver. I'm going to use both of those for my card today. You want to place the foil face side down, so your Glimmer plate will be face up, your foil would be placed face down. For my sentiment, I'm going to use the silver foil. And when you trim it, you want to make sure you trim it pretty close to the size of your Glimmer plate. That will help it from getting excess foil on your project. I'm also going to take the little center piece of the flower and take a little piece of silver foil and cover that up. We're going to actually scoot that down a little bit. Okay, now we're going to add our cardstock right on top. I'm going to trim down one more piece for the bottom portion. And then we're going to build our sandwich. First you put the shim on top of your elements, and then you take your acrylic plate and place that on top of the shim. Once you have your sandwich built, you press that timer, and when it stops flashing, that means your base is ready to go. So you just remove it from the docking station, the platform and all, and then you take that and you run that through your Platinum 6. Now I like to go forward and then back, and you kind of want to go on the slower side when you do this. I know it's easy to go super fast when you're die cutting. This, if you go a little bit slower, you're going to get an even transfer of that foil. Next we're going to place that back in the docking station, making sure it's connected because we are going to do more foiling and we want to keep that base warm. We're going to set down our sentiment and our flowers, and then we are going to work on our background panel. The Glimmer hot foil system does come with a cooling mat and then some magnetic tweezers, which makes it really easy to lift up and to cool down. Although the platform is not hot, you won't burn yourself, but the tweezers do make it handy. Okay, I want to use the leaf flourishes, so I grabbed a piece of cardstock that I'm going to trim down later on, but I'm kind of arranging them on my cardstock here, and then I'm going to flip my cardstock over and then place my Glimmer plates on my base. This way I have an idea on where it's going to be positioned on my background panel. Next I'm going to use some matte gold foil. I trimmed it down so it's just a little bit larger than my Glimmer plates. The matte gold is so pretty, and Spellbinders has a variety of foils. I'll leave them in a description area in case you guys are interested on the different colors that are available. Okay, using the grid lines as a guide, I added my background panel, and then I built my sandwich. Now we're going to take a look at our foiling. This is the fun part. You just lift off the foil and it reveals beautiful foiled accents. I love this. It reminds me of those fancy cards that you get, those fancy greeting cards that you can buy at the store. But there's my rose gold flowers, and then here's my silver flower center. Now there was excess foil on my flower center, but no worries, I'll show you how to remove that in just a little bit. Okay, I'm waiting for my timer light to stop flashing, and once it stops flashing, you just remove it from the docking base, and then you run that through your die cut machine. And again, I'm going forward and then in reverse. And then we're going to place this back on the base, connect it, that way it stays warm. And then we get to reveal the beautiful matte gold foiling here. I'm going to reuse my glimmer plates, but isn't that so pretty? I think the matte gold is my favorite. And I did get a little extra on the top there, but that's okay. Okay, leaving my glimmer plates on the platform, I'm going to shift them over a little bit. I'm going to try something a little bit different, and I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out, but it actually turned out fantastic. I love the way this turned out. I offset them just a little bit, and then next I'm going to grab some silver foiling. I just trimmed it down again to go over my leaf flourishes. Lovely. Okay, next we're going to grab our background panel here. I'm going to lower it just a little bit here. And then using the grid lines again, I'm going to place my background panel on my base. And then I will grab my shim and then my top acrylic plate, and then we'll push that timer. Now, like I said, I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out, but I love the way this turned out. I think if you were to overlap foils, it would create a beautiful background. Okay, my timer light stopped flashing, so I'm going to do the same, running it forward and back through my die cut machine. And then we get to reveal our beautiful background. And you can see here, they overlap each other just beautifully. I think if you were to get a variety of colors and do an entire background, it would be fantastic. But I just love that effect. Okay, we're going to do a little bit more foiling. I wanted to do one more small flower, and then I wanted to do the center of the larger flower over again. So we're going to place those on our base. The flower again is going to be with the rose gold foil. So our glimmer plate goes face up, and then we're going to place our foil face down. For my flower center, I'm going to use the silver foil. We'll grab a piece of cardstock, scoot this over so it fits behind the cardstock, add our shim, and then our top plate, and press that timer. Now while that's heating up, I'm going to go ahead and place my dies over my foiled image. Now if you're going to tape your dies down, I suggest just taping your dies only on the dies itself. I wouldn't touch the foil. I was afraid that the tape would lift up the foil. And we'll do our flower center here, which I didn't end up using. I ended up using the one that's heating up right now. Again, we'll just place that through our Platinum 6. And then, there we go. We remove the foil. So pretty. Love that. Okay, so that's all the foiling we're going to do. I'm just going to place my shim and my acrylic plate right on top, and then my cooling mat and my tweezers, so we'll set this aside. And now we're going to die cut out our little images here. Again, when you tape them down, I would just tape the die itself. You don't want to tape over the foil. Now for my sentiment, I'm going to actually trim it down so it's 2 inches by 4 inches. And then I'm going to take my background panel. We've got to trim that down 1/4 inch. Okay. Background panel we're going to trim down also. So my background will leave a little bit of a border on my white card base. So the size of this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Lovely. Now this is how you remove excess foil. I use a sand eraser, and it's a Tombow Mono sand eraser. I'll leave a link below in case you're interested in this, but you just lightly buff away that foil and it comes up beautifully. You can't even tell that there's foil that got on the outside of your image. So easy peasy fix. Okay, we'll take our sentiment, and I like to mention on my cards, so we're going to add some foam tape behind there. We'll add one more piece, and we'll just trim it down and remove the release paper. And then we'll place that on our panel. I wanted the foliage to go over my sentiment and under. Now we're going to arrange our little flowers. I know I want the two smaller ones on the bottom, and then the larger one I wanted to fit on the top. I'm going to trim it as if it's tucked right behind my sentiment. And then we're going to add some foam tape behind all of our flowers, except for the larger one. That one's we're going to adhere directly to our background panel. We'll place those on our background, pop up our center here with a piece of foam tape, and I'm going to actually trim down that flower a little bit more. I wanted the flower center to be overhanging on my sentiment piece, and I think that's going to work out a lot better. Okay, I think that looks so pretty. Next, I'll take my tape runner, and we're going to adhere this to an A2 size card base. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches, and it's a top folding card base. And then for bells and whistles, I grabbed some pearls that I had in my stash, and I'm going to take 3 pearls and add them to the center of each one of my flowers. And then that completes my project for today. I thank you so much for joining me, guys. I wish you a fantastic day. I encourage you, I'll leave the Spellbinders blog hop down below in the description area too, in case you want to check it out and start at the beginning. There is a lot of fantastic and, oh my gosh, incredibly talented designers along with this hop, so I encourage you to check it out. And then there's also a chance to win that $50 gift certificate. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.